Hey guys, what's going on? Today we have a new Nintendo Direct being released showing a lot of information about the new Animal Crossing New Horizons, showing some awesome gameplay features and more. I wanted to release a first impression video for people interested in the hype like me, for someone that hasn't gotten into the previous Animal Crossing games as well. I was very skeptical about the core gameplay values of Animal Crossing, as it seems like you actually do nothing, and for myself and some other like-minded people that could be really a big game killer, as it might get boring quick. So in the first impressions, I would like to consider those things in my analysis and first impression. However, I do like farming games such as Stardew Valley and MMO RPG genre in general, so grinding is not the problem here. But there's this feeling of Animal Crossing that there isn't enough to grind. Before we start the analysis, the question of the day is, what is your favorite feature coming back to Animal Crossing? I would like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Without further ado, let's jump into the first impression and some of the awesome features. So the first one we have is North and South Hemispheres. So if you're living in the North Hemisphere, you can try out being in the South Hemisphere and check out their seasonal changes, and vice versa. If you're in the South Hemisphere, you can go to the North Hemisphere and try out what it feels like to actually live in the North Hemisphere. That's kind of cool, really nice immersion feature in there. And also, of course, you can try to recreate your own living style. So if you're living in the North, you can just be in the North, South, you can be in the South, and vice versa. Really cool addition to it, and really nice. Yeah, it's a really big immersion kind of changer for the game, I would say. Like this will help people get into the game more because their seasons kind of match up as how they should in real life. And oh my god, why can you place where someone else lives? That's gonna be prone to people bullying the amiibos or the characters in the game. That's pretty awesome. I'll for one be bullying these guys and quarantining them into one area of the max, but it's also quite necessary, right? Because the villagers could actually build in a place where you don't want them to build, because you might want to build like a massive theme park in that area, so you might need that space and you need to relocate them. So this is really nice. So if they mess up with the AI and build in a place that they don't want them to, you can just quickly change that and quarantine them in a certain area, which is you can grieve your villagers. That's awesome. I'm all in for being able to grieve your villagers. Or of course you can move them into a really nice place, like a nice lookout of the beach or sunside. You know, you can do whatever. And finally, there's crafting in Animal Crossing. So in the old games, you can't craft, you usually just buy them from the shops, I think. So this is really awesome for players wanting this grind or this goal, so you can actually get resources, collect resources, and then use them to build your own thing. So it just rewards people for their hard work, because they collected all these resources. Instead of selling them, you can actually use them to craft specific materials and items like furniture and tools for use. So I'm really into that, because this is like the standard norm for 2020 games of these kind of nature, and you really need to have a crafting system. And don't know how in-depth it could be, but it's really nice to have, because it's just another satisfaction, gratification, reward for players that need something to do. You know, people could grind like loads of resources to make 100 shovels, for example, or 100 furnaces. It's really nice. Like, people love to do that. I don't know why, but people love to do that. But this also raises the question of how you get the DIY recipes in the first place, because that's not really clear. They haven't shown it, so it might be really hard to get the DIY recipes. You might have to do them from a quest, or you might have to unlock them, or you might have to buy them. So that's really awesome if you unlock recipes through questing from doing certain jobs, or odd jobs, side jobs. That'll be really good for players who want a goal in the game. So yeah, I'm glad that this is a nice question that it raises. But yeah, awesome. Whoa, this one's a bit unique, right? So you get to customize your own design on certain furniture, so you can put your own texture in using your 3DS game. You can build your own pixely texture and import them into this game, and you can put them onto the pillows or certain furniture designs. That's really awesome. So you can customize your own furniture how you like, and you have you have a paint editor to actually do that. But this is also kind of bad for people that don't have a 3DS and this is their first game, because they won't have access to this custom texture painter. So maybe they'll add something in the future with Animal Pocket Camp, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, hopefully they add something in for this instead of having to have the old games and use the paint editor in there to make your own custom textures. This will be pretty cool if you can edit like your neighbor's wardrobe to have some saucy pictures, let's say. And this one's a big hit for me because you get your own, basically a quest log with the Nook mileage program, so that's really awesome, I think. And that gives gamers like myself and some others a goal in the game of completion. So there is a quest log, so people like to complete quests, so before moving on to the next game, for example. So having this quest log here is very, very nice for people like myself and others who want to complete quests and feel like a sense of completion when you do this. So this is a really nice addition. I think this is in the older games as well, so you don't get lost in what to do. So because you know there's a lot to do, you can just free roam, or you have an option to do quests. So that's awesome. And they also give rewards, so maybe the recipes come from these programs, Nook mileage programs. But yeah, I think this is a nice addition to the game, so to keep the interest of people that don't want to free roam. Whoa, can you actually straight up die in Animal Crossing now? That's pretty good. So that guy just died. That guy legitimately just died. And there's also new deadly animals, scorpions and wasps, that can hurt you and give you a black eye or something like that. But it looked like you can actually proper die. So that's a really cool addition, because apparently in the older Animal Crossing games there is no way to die, so there's no kind of reset, so there's no difficulty in the game. So having this is a major upside, because if the game is too easy, people will find it boring. So this is really nice for people that want a little bit of challenge. I wouldn't say this is like a super challenge, but yeah, I think this is enough of a challenge to keep new players and different kind of players into the game, and also not too challenging for some players that like to have a nice easy time, to have a little bit of a challenge. However, we don't know if this death sequence, right? If you lose any money in games, you lose a bit of money, someone mugs you, but we'll see. I think it might just, I hope you lose a bit of money, but I wouldn't be surprised if you don't lose anything but lose time, or you get sent to a hospital or something like that. So yeah, but if you lose money, that'll be really awesome for me, because you know you have to have a risk assessment, and that's really good for keeping people into the game. Dude, you gotta appreciate the lighting and graphics in this new Animal Crossing game. It's really sleek, the lighting looks awesome. Look at the mushroom lamps and the shell lamps, that's really good. And ghosts. Okay, we get some ghosts. I wonder what they do. They just look like an NPC that get scared if you interact with them and disappear, than the opposite way around. But I'm really curious about what this ghost does. So this ghost could pose like a really nice gameplay feature as well, with a side quest or some interesting things along the way. I would want this ghost to be like an evil guy that haunts you, who do bad deeds. That'd be cool. But it could also just be an NPC with a side quest or have really cool interactions the more friendship you get with them, for example. Alright, and you can get washed away homeless people. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So that gives you guys a nice random generated content where you kind of check for villages that possibly might wash down from the sea. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that feature. And also because you can also place items in the beach, you can also grief this guy, which is pretty awesome. Like, you can just cover his view so no other villagers can help him out, and yeah, you can just block him so he doesn't get out. Yeah, I'm down for griefing this guy. Also, you get this kind of rescue service if you get lost in this island, so this potentially means that our island is quite expansive if you can get lost, right? It looks like it costs 500 bells or whatever currency the game uses to rescue you, and it sends you back to wherever you want, your destination that you chose. So that's kind of cool. Nice fast travel, I guess. I don't think you'll get lost. I think you'll most likely use this for a bit of quicker travel if you're really at the edge of a certain part of your island. Yeah, cool feature. Saves a little bit of time, and you use money for that, so that gives you more reason to have. Well, it gives you more reason to use your money. So there could be a problem in the late game where you have just so much money that you don't have a reason to spend it. So that's why this is a nice feature. So you use some of your redundant cash when you have a lot of cash to just fast travel quicker. That's awesome. Like these, it's for you. Get a nice house editor, actually. I don't know if this was in other games. I haven't played other games quite thoroughly enough. But this is a really nice house editor, and you can take nice screenshots. This is a thing that I've been doing recently. I love taking screenshots. It's pretty cool, and the house editor looks really good, and it looks like you can expand your house too to up to 4 rooms, 1 big living room and 3 separate doors. So that could mean that you have 4 more rooms, or even more, because the rooms can lead into more rooms, perhaps, who knows. But that's a lot of expansion room you can get out of this game, so there's a lot of goals in this game. So one of the goals can be getting the biggest house you can, and it looks like it's quite expensive, of 98,000 currency bells or currency. But so yeah, that's quite a big grind, I'd say. If each of them costs about that, so that's like 100,000 for each expansion, you'll probably be looking up to 300,000 for the expansion. And depending on how easy it is to make money, that's a really awesome goal to set yourself out to make the biggest, boldest, awesomest house. So please don't hesitate to ask us about them. Oh, and also something that I forgot to mention is also house storage. So when you get a house, you can store away your goodies for free, and it doesn't look bad. You don't have to just throw them on the floor. Like in some of the previous games, I don't know why, but I remember this scenario when someone was showing me how to play Animal Crossing, and he just threw all his money on the floor, and that looked really gross. But now you can actually have house storage. So that's awesome. I don't know if it's unlimited. That'll be interesting to see if it's unlimited or not, but yeah, the house storage is really useful to keep everything neat and tidy. Alright, and there's also island tours, so you get to go island hopping for rare resources that only spawn in a certain island, and these are all random. I don't know if it has a set like 8 islands and it randomly puts you in one of them, or if all the islands are always randomly generated. I don't think that's the case. I think there's a set and you get randomly placed into one of them. I think this was really awesome. It gives you more gameplay value, of course, so you have to actually go hunting for some of these rare resources that you might need to craft your furniture, and also rare fishes and materials to finish your museum, it looks like, as well. And yeah, I like this feature a lot because there's also unexpected counters. Okay, so you get to meet villagers in other islands as well, and it looks like there's also creatures that might hurt you as well. that chase you around the village in that last little bit of the clip. Cool. So yeah, really cool. Lots of ways to explore, and a lot to explore than just your own island and also your friend's island. There's also islands that are around you as well, so lots of things to do. And there's also random visitors or merchants that come traveling in. That's really awesome. I see turnips. Do I see turnips? Hopefully you can use those turnips to grow and actually farm and make a lot of money that way. I doubt it. I don't know if turnips were in the previous games, but I really hope that you can do some agricultural stuff like Farm Simulator or Stardew Valley. That would be really awesome. We can farm some turnips, but not too sure. I really hope so. And also there's also unique stuff to collect as well, so that's another good thing for collectors and 100% completionists as well. Lots of things to do actually. Surprisingly, there's a lot more things to do than I thought. Fishing? You know, it all comes down to fishing, boys. Dude, I love fishing so much that I would just buy this game for the fishing. Holy balls, dude. Fishing is insane. And there's fishing tournaments. Man, I'm gonna be the best fisher around. That's so awesome. Yeah, that's a really cool feature. I'm gonna fish out of my mind here. Fishing is epic, man. And there's a tournament for it. Dude, sign me up right there. It all comes down to fishing, boys. And there's also bug offs, but that doesn't compare to fishing tournaments. All about the fishing, boys. All about the fishing. Oh my god, there's terrain editor. That's pretty awesome. Like you can make waterfalls and shape your island how you want it to be and put cliffs where you want it to be. You can make a lot of cool things with this actually. I think this is a really nice implementation especially for a 2020 game. Lots of new customization, and that is so awesome. You can make really nice waterfall, human-made waterfalls. Awesome. And I'm a sucker for waterfalls. Oh my god. And lastly, we see a slots machine. Oh my god, we get gambling in Animal Crossing? That'd be so sick if we could gamble. That could also be a prop, but I'm really hoping that you can actually do slot machine, because I think Nintendo hasn't done like casinos or slot machines for a while in their games because of age restrictions and gambling laws or something. So that would be really awesome to have actually, and I'm pretty psyched if that's really a real slot machine and you can actually interact with it than just being a cute prop. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And that ends my analysis of Animal Crossing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my analysis and first impressions for a person that has never played Animal Crossing game, well, or not much played Animal Crossing. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, click the like button and subscribe. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And remember, it's all about the fishing.